Hi there, this is Kristen from the Knit Cafe. I am going to be showing you in this video how I transition from circular needles to double pointed needles when I'm finishing a hat. The reason why I'm doing this is because once I start doing the decreases for the hat, it will stop fitting on the circular needles because I need to have enough stitches to go all the way around and fill up the whole circumference. And once I start reducing, that's just not going to happen anymore. So I'm going to be using double pointed needles to do the decreases. First, I'm just going to take one of my double pointed needles and start knitting with it and the circular needles and roughly put a quarter of my stitches onto one needle. You can also divide your stitches onto 3 needles if you prefer. It's really your choice. Once I have a quarter of my stitches on here, I'm just going to pretend that that's a quarter. I would pick up a new needle, push these ones in the middle, and start using the new needle to add my next quarter stitches on to the next double pointed needle. And I keep doing this until I have 4 needles that are full of stitches. So I'm just finishing my last few stitches here on my last double pointed needle. You can see I'm knitting from my circular needle the last stitch there, and then my circular needles will come out. Now, to start working in circles with double pointed needles, you'll need an additional needle. And I can tell I'm going this direction because my last stitch that was knit was this one with the yarn attached. So the next place I'm going to be knitting will be right here. You might want to put like a locking stitch marker into your fabric right here to indicate the beginning of the round so you don't lose your place. In this particular pattern, I have to start doing decreases now, which is a knit 1 and then purl 3 together decrease. So I'm going to, it's not easy to do, but I'm going to try to stick my needle into 2 purls there. Or it was 3 together. What am I saying? 3, even 3, and purl those 3 together. And then I'm going to knit the next stitch and do the same again. And I'm supposed to do this all the way around. It's really fast decrease for the top of this hat. I want to just continue to show you this though, because when you transition from needle to needle, which you may not have done before, but also when you're doing it, when you're doing decreases, you may find that you have to do a decrease like in this case. So I'm going to knit 1, but then I'm supposed to knit 3 stitches together, but I only have 1 stitch over here. What I can do is I can just move that stitch over to the next needle so that I can have 3 stitches together to do my decrease. So you can move your stitches around as you want in order to accommodate the kind of decrease that you need to do. So as I transition from needle to needle, I usually just push my stitches a little bit more to the middle here. I'm continuing to go in this direction, knitting or purling into the stitch that my yarn is not attached to make sure that I'm going in and around. I also need to watch that my yarn doesn't like go over or around this needle, or sometimes it will catch on funny ways on this needle too. So you need to make sure you're not catching any extra loops as you transition from needle to needle. And also when you go from needle to needle, you need to give like a little bit of extra pull to your stitches. So this is going to be a purl 3 together. And then I find that if you give your extra pull into the next stitch after, like here, then that really holds the tension, because the idea is we want to keep these areas between the 2 needles nice and tight. So here I am transitioning to the next needle again. I should really make sure that these ones are pushed a little bit more in the middle, and then I can keep doing my decreases. So thank you for watching this video, and I hope it helped you transition from circular needles to double pointed needles, and that you enjoy working on your hat project.